Safety goggles. Well, I was opening some mail, and on the email this morning that I got, they showed some of the wackiest warnings that are out there. And one of them is, believe it or not, that when you go and you open up mail with a letter opener, you need to use safety goggles. They give you a warning saying, use safety goggles. That wasn't even the winner. The winner was a sign on a tractor that said, caution can cause death. Well, no kidding. I guess if you got crushed underneath the tractor, yeah, it might just kill you. Anyway, what I wanted to warn you about today is I received a letter, and I'm not going to mention who, but it was from one of our students or one of our members of TotalFinancialLiberty.com. So we get letters like this all the time from people who gives us heads up so we can pass them on to you. So to the person who sent this, I really do say thank you. But what it is it's a letter from First American Title. And what they're doing is they're talking about the insurance of short sale transactions. The opening line says the housing market is presently in distress. Well, nationwide, yeah, I guess it is, with all the foreclosures and whatnot that we have because of the subprime lending thing. Yeah, it'd be a good thing to say that it's in distress. But as real estate investors, that's where we make our money. Unfortunately, when people are in a state of distress, they have to have help to stop the foreclosure or to bail themselves or to get bailed out. And that's where we come along. But that's not what this is talking about, so I kind of digest a little bit. But anyway, what it is it's a list of bullet points that talks about potential fraud that takes place in short sale transactions. And this also includes wholesaling transactions. So kind of listen up for just a second. It says, one must exercise extreme caution when handling a short sale transaction as the potential for fraud is high. Okay. Well, here are some of the fact patterns of concern inside. It says, yes, buying low and selling high is the American way. The problem here is, and the fraud you may be facilitating, they're talking to their title company people, okay? Is that the coordinator of the short sale is simultaneously representing that the property is not worth even the outstanding balance of the mortgage while holding a contract for the sale of the property for a significantly higher true market price. Now, it goes on to say both can't be true. It is always a red flag in this type of situation. Now, let's think about this for a second. They're saying that you cannot simultaneously hold two contracts, one showing the price to the lender of what its value is, and then one holding a higher price to what its true value is. Well, I kind of go back to their opening line where it says, buying low and selling high is the American way. Nobody is ever representing that the low price that we're offering the lender is the true value. What we're representing as real estate investors is that's what we're willing to pay. And we make our case for that. We're not making a case that says that the house is only worth this amount. We're making the case that that's all we're going to pay because of these reasons. And once again, it seems like when we do things and we document our process, those things get misinterpreted. So, keep that in mind when you're talking through and you're building your relationship, your working relationship with your title company. They need to know where you're coming from. This isn't a matter of saying the house is only the market value of this. It's that's all I was willing to pay the seller, and the seller agreed. In this case, it just happens to be the lender. And, oh, by the way, I found another investor who was willing to pay me more. Now, it does go on to say that it's always a red flag in the type of situation when the intermediate buyer proposes to use the funds from the end or flip sale purchase to fund the short sale purchase. There's nothing wrong with this practice. Basically, guys, what they're saying is there's nothing wrong with the double close as long as the parties agree that it's okay. I'll say that again. As long as the parties agree that it's okay. There is nothing wrong with this transaction. That's exactly what this document says. at the very end of paragraph 1. It also says, if it's fully disclosed and the second buyer approves the use of their funds to close the underlying transaction and acknowledges that the end or flip transaction is contingent upon the completion of the short sale transaction. So this is now saying that if you go and you get a house and you negotiate with the seller or the lender, you get the property for the price that you want, you go find another investor, and that other investor agrees to purchase it for that price, hey, it's okay to do a double close. And we've always been told you can't do that. With the approval, you can. Now, one other little fact, and I'm going to post this on TotalFinancialLiberty.com. I will put it in the download section and make it available for the public. Okay, so, but, you know, one of the other thing it goes on to say is that also be cautious of the buyer, talking about you, the investor, paying the seller outside of closing for furniture. Now, that's usually done with a bill of sale, so I'm not sure why they would be talking about that or why it would be on a HUD, but it does say something pretty interesting. It says that, you know, that you must disclose this because you would have never been in a position to buy the furniture in the first place if you weren't buying the house. Wonder if they ever heard of garage sale. Wasn't it Uncle Ronnie who once taught all investors that whenever you see a garage sale, you stop and ask, hey, is the garage for sale? Well, this is Terry Weigel with his Thursday's Thoughts. I thought you'd be interested. Don't forget, I'm going to post this on TotalFinancialLiberty.com. Be sure and go there. It'll be in the download section. Look underneath Title Company Memo. And for that, I appreciate everybody being here. And I want to thank all of you. And if I don't see you again before the end of the year, have a happy holiday. Ow, that coffee's hot. I wonder if I could sue my wife for making coffee too hot. See you next time.